I've been rather bad. Why have I been bad? Well, I make Minecraft videos as a hobby. And as a hobby, any time I get to spend doing it should be treated as precious and used wisely. Now, over the last week, I have done anything but that. Over the last week, I've spent most of my precious time playing the new Phasmophobia update, and while there's nothing wrong with that, it has led to me worrying that I might not get this video done anytime soon. However, as you can see, I have rose to the occasion and this video is complete. Now, if you appreciate the effort, make sure you leave a like, and hey, if you haven't done it already, give that old subscribe button a click. And so, let's get into today's episode. And we're starting off on a happy note. As you can see, we have a new member in our little family. We have a wee little snifflet over here. Our egg has finally hatched, and just look at this little guy walking around sniffing like it's his job, which it is of course, but it's so brilliant to see him. Anyway, he doesn't have a name yet, so if anybody has any suggestions, pop them in the comments below, and who knows, you could be the one naming the new member of our little family. But now it's time to get to work, and we have a lot of building to do, so let's get started right away. And the first thing we need to do is collect some materials. And of course, the first thing we're going to need is, surprise surprise, some stone. So let's just grab a few stacks of this grey gold over here. And then next we're going to need a healthy dose of andesite, and fortunately we've got some right here. Next up, some deep slate, and we're gonna need some tuff as well. So what I'm hoping for is that as we dig out the deep slate, we run into a tuff deposit. But first things first, let's have a spot of lunch, and then we'll get back to mining a few stacks of deep slate. And like clockwork, there's somebody trying to spoil our party. So we're just going to yeet this guy into the abyss. There we go. And then we'll get back to mining our deep slate. And we are in luck, because right here in this corner, we do indeed have some tuff. So let's grab a few stacks of that. And that should pretty much give us everything we need to get started on today's builds. Now at this stage, the plan was to treat you guys to a spectacular time-lapse of me texturing the wall and building the wooden supports. However, we had a bit of a power outage and all of my recordings got corrupted. So instead, you now get to watch me chop some wood. Not a great trade-off, but that's what we got. However, I can show you the final result, and here we go. As you can see, we've got some deep slate in there, we've got some tuff in there, and I think those wooden pillars are looking mighty strong. And that pretty much concludes the first part of today's build. I think it is looking great so far. Now we just need to add a few more details to the wooden supports over here, and I'm just going to pop down these trapdoors, and once this is done, we can get on with the second part of today's build. But for that, we're gonna need a few materials, and I thought I still had some sand left. As it turns out, I am fresh out. So we're here in the desert, and the first thing we're gonna grab is a few stacks of sand. And while we're out and about, I thought it might be a good idea to come and check out this Pillager outpost. Now, it's quite weird, I haven't run into any pillagers yet, but I'm going to let this iron golem out, and as soon as they do show up, he can take care of them, and they won't be my problem. So now that he's free, I can take my time and check if there's anything valuable to be had here. On this side, we've got two more cages, and unfortunately, no allays in them. So let's make our way to the top and check out the chest, and we've got a bottle of enchanting and a bunch of rubbish. Now I thought for a second I heard the iron golem yeeting somebody down there, so it seems like the big guy is doing his job. And yes, the pillagers have arrived, and yeah, big guy has taken care of them. So while everything is still quiet on this front, I'm going to be getting out of here because there is still a lot of work to be done. And back at base, I have made some grey concrete powder, which now needs to be turned into grey concrete. And for that, I'm going to be building a stack-high tower. Just because I can. Usually I would do this differently, but I felt like shaking it up a bit today. So here we go, 1 stack high tower of grey concrete powder. And of course that allows us to jump down into the lake. So all we need to do now is grab our pickaxe and mine the bottom block. The top blocks will fall in and turn into grey concrete. And there were just a few blocks that got away somehow, but we have taken care of them, and with grey concrete in hand, it is time to start the next part of our build. And the dam wall is finally complete, and if I do say so myself, it is looking absolutely fantastic. And we have some intruders in the sniffer pen. Now I have no idea what these guys are doing in there, however they need to get out. You don't see my sniffers going over to the village and sniffing around their goods. So let's just see, there's 2 more guys over there. This is not the place, guys. Come on, get out of there. If you would, sir, please leave the sniffer pen in an orderly fashion. And you back there, I see you. Get out of there as well. Thank you very much. Now stay out. And now that our sniffer pen is free of intruders, we can get back to building. And we're going to be building some bridges next, because we want to hook up both sides of the dam to the island in the middle, and then have a third bridge going from the one island to the other. So without any further ado, let's get building. And our 3 bridges are complete. As you can see, these 2 are still standing quite strong. However, the third one over there, well, that's taken a bit of a beating over the years. And as you can see, it has fallen apart somewhat. However, it is still functional and we can still cross from the one side to the other. But we still have a lot more building to do today, and for that we're gonna need some more materials. Now the next 2 things that I need is some dark oak and some mud. Now the mud I know where to get. I'm just going to grab that over at spawn, and my goodness, that wall is looking fantastic. Anyway, as I was saying, I can grab some mud at spawn, but I haven't found a dark oak forest just yet. Now I've been looking around. In that direction is spawn, behind the village is just some forest, and to the other side I haven't discovered any dark oak. So I'm going off in this direction, and I'm going to see if I can locate a dark oak forest. Now I think the best course of action is to just run in a straight line and hope I find something good. And there's another pillager outpost over here, so let's see what's up. And this one actually has some pillagers in it. So let's just take care of that guy. There's another one over here with an enchanted crossbow, so if I stop falling down cliffs I can perhaps take care of him. There we go. And another one up here on the hill. Another cage, no allays in it. And we've got another customer right over here. One more pillager to take care of, and now we can go and explore the tower. And in the chest we have, we got a goat's horn, but other than that, 1 or 2 pieces of iron and nothing else of interest really. So I think let's just loot all of the goodies that we can over here, and I think there's another guy down there who is now inside the tower. One more guy over here. And now I think it's time for us to stop messing about with the pillagers and go look for that dark oak forest once again. And we've been traveling for quite a few blocks. We haven't found a dark oak forest just yet, but we have found another village. So while I'm here, I'm gonna pop in, see what these guys have to offer. And brewing stand, I will be taking that, thank you very much. But other than the brewing stand, not a lot to offer. However, there's a beehive down there, and there are a bunch of bees. Now, I've only got 1 bee back at base, so these guys will be very, very handy indeed. Now, while I'm waiting for night to fall, I'm just going to go check out this area over here, see if I can see something useful. And because the sun is still way high up in the sky, I've got a little bit of waiting to do. But if we're in luck, we will spot a dark oak forest in that direction. And there's no dark oak forest, but there's a massive chasm, and just standing on the edge of this thing makes my feet hurt. Now, I suffer from a bit of acrophobia, so one of the weird effects of that is whenever I look down into a big drop, my feet start hurting. So just for future reference, if I say this makes my feet hurt, it means it triggers my acrophobia. So anyway, I think it's about to get dark, so let's go get our bees. And it is night, our bees are in the hive, let's go chop it down. There we go, total bee location, and of course there's a zombie who's coming to spoil our party once again. But in order to pick up our beehive, we need to get rid of something first, and yeah, let's chuck that and let's grab our bees. And I've been traveling for quite a few more blocks, and I have come across another village. No dark oak forest just yet, but let's see if these guys have anything useful. And so far, it's not looking good. Few more houses over there. Let's just run over there, pop our head in, see if we can spot a chest with some goodies inside. Ooh, this will have a chest. And of course, it is filled with bread and a compass. Not exactly what we're after, so just a few more houses to check out, and then we'll be on our way once again. And another village, another total bust. But we've got some green up ahead, and hopefully that will translate into a dark oak forest. First, of course, we'll need to wade through this river over here, but no matter, we shall persevere. And I just saw a pop of red mushroom over there, and that can only mean we have finally found our dark oak forest. And yes, there we have it, the precious, precious dark wood. Let's grab ourselves a few saplings. And we have single-handedly wrought havoc on this copse of what is no doubt very rare and endangered trees. But we've got a bunch of saplings, we've got a bunch of wood, and we can finally go home. So I think I saw a few more saplings in this direction. There we go, we've got 21, and it's time that we made our way back home and completed today's builds. And we've got another beehive over here. I'm just going to grab that. That, however, means we need to get rid of something else. And I think I'm going to yeet my crafting tables. I've got a lot of wood on me. I can make another one very easily if I need to. But as you can see on the horizon, home is just around the corner. So let's make our way down this cliff over here. Navigate this weird little piece of terrain. And then, as soon as we get to the other side, our warm, cozy bed is just a few blocks away. And now that we've put down all of our goodies, we can finally go and get the last item we need to complete today's builds, and that is some mud. So we are heading back to spawn, and we're gonna dig out just a few stacks of mud. And of course I have no boat, so let's just make ourselves a boat. And I have no crafting table either, because I got rid of them when I picked up my beehive. So let's just pop that down there. And then we'll make ourselves another bamboo raft, because these things are just absolutely brilliant. So let's head to spawn. And there it is, the mangrove swamp where it all began. And that is where we will find our final building block that we need today. We are going to dig up some mud. Now, I'm not entirely sure how much durability digging up mud uses, but it seems to be doing quite a number on my shovel. But fortunately, we've almost got enough. I think we've got about 6 stacks or so by now. So just a few more and we'll be able to head back home. And we've got a bunch more here that I just can't resist digging up, because it's quite a trip out here, and at the moment I don't feel like coming back anytime soon. So we'll just grab a few more stacks. I think I've got about 9 or 10 by now, but I think that should be enough. So let's get on our boat. Yeah, that looks about right. And then let's get home and let's finish this build. And we're heading over to the second island, because that's where the next piece of magic is going to happen. We're going to build an old ruined tower over here. Well, half of it's going to be on the island and half of it is actually going to be in the lake. So first things first, let's mark out exactly where we want to build. And with that done, it's time to start building. Here we go. The tower is complete, a crumbling relic of a bygone age. There is, however, another relic of a bygone age in this village, one brimming with life, an absolutely beautiful beacon cherished by the people, as you shall soon see. And there we have the ancient tree, standing proud on the island in the middle of the dam, a beacon to the people of hope, prosperity, and life. And we've added in a little hydroponic farm over there to replace the one I destroyed in the previous episode. And with all of that, our work for today is done. I think the dam is looking absolutely magnificent. We've still got some work to do on this side, as I want to add a canal system running water from the dam to the lake at the bottom. But that, ladies and gents, is unfortunately all we have time for today. I really do hope you enjoyed the episode. Leave a like if you did. And if you don't want to miss this little village's next step towards great civilization, be sure to hit that subscribe button. But this is Fungusaurus Rex saying, until next time, beautiful people, stay awesome. Bye-bye.